Carol. I appreciate that introduction. Yes, actually, it's over 150 school districts are operating at 4 days a week because they cannot afford to operate at 5 days a week. So the thing about me is I never meant to run for any office. I'm a civil rights labor lawyer, and I had a small practice, and I liked my life like that. I ended up running for the school board originally because my son's school was threatened for closure. And that fight for public schools took me then to the Texas House, where I represent Central Austin in the Texas House. And I've been there about 10 years. I'm originally from the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, but I'm here in Austin now. And what I have learned fighting for our public schools is the reason why we pay more, we get less. Our property taxes have gone up 75% under Greg Abbott, yet our schools are shutting down. We have over 100 schools shutting down in school districts in real crisis, is because we all pay the Greg Abbott corruption tax. I see it all the time. The only major bills we were allowed to vote on in the Texas House were vendor bills that were going to Greg Abbott's friends, major vendor bills going to Greg Abbott's friends. And so I'm running to stop that corruption, to save Texas schools, and to put money in the pockets of Texans. This is the American dream agenda. When I was a little girl, the dream of being anything you wanted to be, the dream of home ownership, the dream of having kids, sending them to a good school down the road, going on vacation once in a while, retiring with dignity, that was real. And it is out of reach for too many working Texans, despite the fact that we are a world power. And I'm running to take it back for the people of Texas. So that is our agenda. It is simple. Save Texas schools, put money in your pocket, because the plan should be as plain as the promise. And we rolled that out this week at the convention. But the reason why every American should care about this race for governor is the work that you are doing. It is this. After the U.S. Supreme Court decision that gutted the Voting Rights Act, Republicans of Texas have said already that they're coming back next year to redraw maps. And what that means is that we will lose 5 Democrats in Congress next year. And because Texas is a state that is growing faster than all the other states, we will take, in the next census in 3.5 years, 4 to 5 more congressional seats in that census. That's what the Brennan Center predicts. And if we do not flip before the end of the decade, which is 3.5 years, right? To control that, that's 10 seats that are off the table for Democrats. Greg Abbott is running for re-election, his 4th term. He served 12 years. He's running for re-election, yes, to control Texas, but to control the national maps. The governor of Texas will control 10% of those districts, 10% of Congress. And we know congressional districts equate to electoral votes. And so he is trying to control this country. We need a governor in Texas who will veto their rigged maps. That's why I'm running. My record on voting rights is long and strong. I, in 2021, organized the quorum break, the first quorum break of the Texas House in about 20 years, to fight back against the effort to undermine our voting rights in Texas. There was a bill that would have ended Sunday morning voting in Texas. It was a direct target on our African-American communities who have this long-standing practice of souls to the polls. And this effort was to eliminate that. And there was also in the bill a provision to give elected judges the ability to overturn election results without having to prove that there would have been a different result because of fraud. So undermining free and fair elections in Texas. So I organized a quorum break in 2021. We went then to DC to lobby Congress to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. We were in DC for 6 weeks, away from our families. We had arrest warrants out for us. And while we weren't able to achieve the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, we did shame Texas Republicans enough to eliminate those harmful provisions. We essentially saved free and fair elections in Texas, which goes to show that sometimes you just have to fight the right fight for the day, and the universe will respond in kind. And that's what happened in 2021. Last year, when Trump called on Greg Abbott to produce 5 more congressional Republican seats by redrawing maps, and Abbott said yes. I was also part of that quorum break that went to, this time, Chicago, and I was part of a small delegation that went to go talk to Gavin Newsom. And the result was Gavin Newsom championed the effort in California to redistrict. So I believe in being scrappy with a little bit of power that I have, and we are seeing incredible results here in Texas. We are winning as Democrats where we haven't won in a long, long time, sometimes ever. We just flipped a state Senate seat in Tarrant County, which is right outside of, it's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's Fort Worth. And we swung that seat 31 points. Tarrant County is supposed to be the most Republican county in the whole country. And we swung it 31 points, but we also flipped the school board this year in Cy-Fair outside of Houston, flipped the mayor's seat in Pearland, Arlington, Denton, Leander. So don't let anybody tell you it can't happen in Texas, because it already is. We are winning, to be clear, not because people in Texas are suddenly yay Democrats. People in Texas just want change. And we're done with it. We want something different. And so that is why I am running on a plan that is plain and it is real about how we help people right now in Texas. And so I so appreciate this opportunity to address you all. This fight is real. Polling has us just within a few points. We're probably at about 5 points down if you take all the public polling that is out there, closest anybody's been, because we have Democrats running in every Texas House, Texas Senate, and congressional seat for the first time since the 70s. We got people working all over this state hustling the vote. The result is that the closest we came to flipping in Texas was 2018 when Beto ran against Ted Cruz. I got twice as many votes as Beto got in the primary in 2026 than he got in 2018 in that primary, because the energy, the work is real and different in 2026. Don't get me wrong. I love Beto. Beto was a phenomenal candidate. The timing is just so much better in 2026. We are heavily focused on the Latino vote. Where I come from, the Rio Grande Valley, Trump won that. We launched in the Rio Grande Valley. We've been back there about probably 10 plus times, and people there want change. To give you a sense of where the Latino, how important it is and where it is right now, in 2018, Beto got 64% of the Latino vote. In 2026, when I get 64% of the Latino vote, I win, because there's more of us in the voting population than there were then. 2018 was proof of concept. 2026 is the one. To give you a sense of where the Latino vote is in 2026, Taylor Ramette, who swung that state Senate seat in Fort Worth and Tarrant County, got 79% of the Latino vote. We're not taking it for granted. We're hustling, but it is just the perfect alignment of opportunity, perfect storm of opportunity in 2026. And look, I never meant to run for anything. I was compelled to run originally for my son, because my son's school was shutting down, and schools all over Austin were shutting down. I'm compelled to run in 2026 because we are in a moment in history where we never meant to be. No, we didn't ask to be here, but we have been called to meet the moment. And I am trying my hardest to meet this moment, and I see it all over this state. And I do believe that just like we're putting in the work and we did it in 2021, the universe will respond in kind. And so I thank you for this opportunity to talk to your people. And we need you in this fight in Texas. The fate of the union depends on Texas in 2026. And I actually know this is a nonpartisan group, but I'm just saying that's why I'm running. So thank you.
Well, thank you so very, very much. And as I occasionally put in the chat, I see our Alabama people are still here. They have a saying in Alabama, and that saying is, while yes, we are nonpartisan, we are also not stupid. So we understand the direction in which we need our voters to go. And so without saying vote for a specific candidate, we remind voters and thank you for giving us the items that we are going to remind people they are voting for. They are voting for their schools to actually be open 5 days. They are voting for their health care. There are probably low income communities that are food insecure. So all the basic human needs things, that's what they're voting for in Texas and Alabama and Georgia and Virginia and North Carolina. So yes,
Exactly.
yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Andrea. That's right. Thank you. And you can learn more about what we are running on, what is important to the voters of Texas at Gina for Texas, GINAFOR Texas.com. Thank you,
And
Andrea.